everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth, a holistic health, embodiment, and mindset coach. And in today's video this week, I wanted to go over basically my own personal journey of life experience and what has led me here today. So I'm going to get a little vulnerable with you and go through all of the things that I have and the things that I've overcome throughout my life in order to get me to where I am, and the reason why I'm so passionate about helping women who might be struggling with similar things and help them go through that healing journey themselves. So to start off, basically my early childhood, my parents had gotten divorced when I was young. I don't really even remember much of it, to be honest. My father had wound up moving away and I had never wound up seeing him again. That core abandonment wound, which I didn't really realize that I even had throughout my lifetime until more recent years when I really started building that awareness on my spiritual journey. Didn't realize that I had that wound to begin with because on the surface, it really didn't seem like it bothered me. I never really thought about it, to be honest, but sometimes some of the wounds that you wind up getting from childhood, it could be deeply subconscious to the point where it's not even in your awareness that you may even have them, unfortunately. So if you're not even really aware that you have the wounds, unless you're aware of the patterns that keep repeating throughout your lifetime, it's really hard to heal something that you don't even know you have. So it wasn't until later in my life when I really realized those patterns and had to face the fact that they needed to be healed if I was ever going to break out of those patterns. So I wind up getting married young, out of college. I wind up having my son, who in early childhood wound up getting diagnosed with autism. So going through a challenging marriage that I had during that time really wasn't an aligned match for the both of us. And then dealing with not just being a parent, but trying to be the best parent possible to a child that has special needs, it's a whole nother ball game, let's be honest. So to go through all of those challenges and the stress that unfortunately that could come with it, that gives you an eye-opening learning experience of many different things that you might need to heal. And I didn't realize I had that self-abandoning wound repeating throughout previous relationships and my marriage at the time in my 20s, where I had the typical patterns that women today unfortunately do have, which is the people pleasing, self-abandoning, trying to do everything for everyone to make them happy, often sacrificing your own needs and well-being in the process. It's really unfortunate that a lot of women today still live in that cycle, and it's to their own detriment of their own health, unfortunately. So that's something I really want to wake women up to right now, especially if they don't subconsciously even realize that they're in that pattern and have those going on in their life, that they can come to their awareness and begin to start healing them. So after all of that, I wound up getting divorced, stayed a single mother for a very long time after, because I really felt like I had a very long healing journey that I needed to go through, both from the, like I said, subconscious early childhood things that I didn't really even know that I had, and then everything I'd experienced through the marriage, the diagnosis, and trying to raise my son. I knew I had to focus on myself and my needs and do whatever I needed to do to get the healing that I needed. And to me, I didn't go through the route of therapy. I felt called more because I'm really more of an intuitive person. So I follow my gut instincts, and I felt like it really was leading me towards the spiritual path. So that's when I really started diving into those topics and trying to learn as much as I can to get the guidance that I felt that I needed. So I stayed on that path, and I'm on that path to this day, because I feel like that is really going to give you the tools and support that you need to really live the most aligned life that you possibly can. So after all of that, going through my career, trying to raise my son on my own, I had the same self-abandoning patterns that seemed to repeat throughout my career, where I had a self-worthiness issue, where I really wasn't receiving the recognition and even the income that I felt that I deserved for how hard that I worked. I kind of felt like that was really keeping me stuck in this pattern throughout my career, which really felt like it really wasn't an aligned path for me anyway. It was what, unfortunately, I think a lot of us these days go through, where it was my career where I needed to put food on the table, but I really didn't feel passionate and fulfilled in what I was doing. And with all of the stress that I had accumulated, the nervous system dysregulation that I didn't even know that I was going through day to day, it was all kind of accumulating to a point where I felt like, all right, I need to get off of this path. This is not the right fit for me. I can't see myself in a future staying on this path and being genuinely happy. I don't feel called to do this anymore. And that really was a spiritual wake-up call for me, where I felt like I was being pushed down a path where I needed to go in a completely different direction that felt soul aligned for me. So realizing I had all that nervous system dysregulation and inner healing that I was working on really made me feel like that was something that I wanted to help other women with. Because whether you can resonate with any of my story, being a single mother, going through a marriage that doesn't feel right for you, in any way, doesn't feel aligned, it's causing you stress, or going through the divorce process, maybe just having financial struggles, maybe you're one of the 70% of the population. A lot of people are just financially extremely stressed right now, worrying about paying their bills and putting food on the table with all of the cost of living around the world that just continues to keep increasing. Whatever your source of your stresses in this life, could be your partner, your children, your career, your finances, anything, your health. I mean, all of that, especially in accumulation, if you've got more than one of those factors, it will eventually create a nervous system dysregulation that you really don't even know, you might not even know that you even have. So really getting to the root of that and realizing that you have it, what's the causes of why it's happening, so that you can work on those and try to work on healing that. That's really the first step, to bring that to your awareness so that you can begin the journey that you need to get the healing you need and get back to that aligned path that I'm sure that you want to be on in this life. The reason why I got into the coaching that I did is because I made that career pivot years ago, because that's what I felt called to do, to help people heal from similar things that I have gone through. I believe that the old message is your mess is your message. So me going through all of those experiences throughout my life, having to learn how to heal myself and get myself to where I am today, and hopefully just keep progressing in a positive direction going forward from here. I really feel deep down that every challenge that you go through in this life really is sometimes even divinely guided. Whether you feel like it's unfair, which I could tell you right now, if I'm being honest, I can't tell you how many days and nights I've cried myself to sleep because of what felt like one challenge after another. And at a point, it almost made me angry at the universe, feeling like, why do I have to constantly encounter one challenge? When I think I've gotten through it, another one gets thrown on my plate, and everything honestly just felt unfair. I felt unsupported, honestly almost forgotten about, because it's like, why would I have to spend my entire life having to deal with all of this without feeling like any real happiness had come my way? Which really, as I'm sure you can understand, can feel a little depressing at times. So if I can help anybody avoid experiencing the things that I had, that really is my mission in this life. I don't want anybody to have to feel to the extent that I have in all of the challenges that I've gone through. But honestly, I think there is always a lesson in every challenge that you do go through, whether you feel it's unfair at the time or not, because there is always some lesson to take from a challenge. There's always some form of growth that you will get out of that challenge. And I do honestly believe, in my situation anyway, that the accumulation of my life experiences almost can be compared to a piece of coal being put in a pressure cooker and until it basically comes out a diamond. And I honestly feel that people that tend to gravitate towards a more spiritual path tend to sometimes be put through those types of challenges because that is their path. They're meant to experience those hardships so that they can learn, expand, and grow from them, and therefore help others that might be experiencing the same thing. So that, I feel like, is my purpose in this lifetime. I went through all that I did, as ugly as it was throughout, because it only helps give me the experience and the knowledge that I can use now to help other women who are also going through challenges, nervous system dysregulation, stress, wanting to deal with their shadow work and inner healing, wounds, and everything that they've accumulated throughout their lifetime. So that really is my mission, to help women in these aspects, and why I created a 12-week coaching program that helps walk women through one-on-one support, diving deep into this. If you feel called at this point in your life to go through a process, I'm happy to support you in my program in whatever way that you need to. We will dive into the specifics on your specific life experiences to get you the healing that you need. I also offer a monthly membership where I give 4-week meal plans to help you stay as healthy as possible and take the guesswork out of what to eat. And it also gives numerous guides per month on all different levels of health and healing to help support you as well. It gives monthly meditations that can help you with healing on all different topics each month. It gives an outline steps of all of the different action steps that you can take for the month. That's usually seasonally guided to help support you in all of your health and inner healing work. Gives monthly book recommendations on some great books that you can read for the month, as well as offers that community support and accountability, because I know how important that is. If feeling like you're going through life not feeling like you have the support you need to really reach your goals. We are human social creatures, and it is really difficult to go through life feeling like you're not supported in one way or another. So that's something that I really feel strongly about, wanting to help you feel like you're not alone in whatever it is that you're going through on your health or healing journey. I do have a free Facebook community as well that I just recently started, because I wanted to have as many offers available to you guys. That's a free option. I do have obviously my paid offers, like my one-on-one program and the monthly membership, and individual packages on specific topics that you can also purchase on those topics. But as far as free resources, I want to make sure I can help try to support you for free as well, in whatever way that I can. So I will leave the link for those offers and the free Facebook community below, so that you can join and try to get the support that you need in that community as well. And I will be hosting upcoming challenges in there as well, like my metabolism reboot challenge that I'll be starting in January inside of that community that you can jump into. I also have my weekly newsletter that you can sign up for in the description box below, and that gives all kinds of guidance in that newsletter that you can use to help you if you want to sign up for that. So those are just a few of the current offers that I have, and I will be adding more and more down the line, including the shadow work course that I've mentioned in my previous videos, that I'm working on putting together all of the tools and knowledge that I've accumulated throughout my 40 plus years at this point, to help try to pack that in a way that will try to help you guys as much as possible in whatever you're going through in your journey right now. I'm sure there is something in your life since childhood that you've gone through that you really could use some healing to work through in order to feel like your most healthiest, whole, vibrant, and aligned self right now on your journey. And in all honesty, until we do that inner healing work that all of us really need in one way or another, that's really the only way to heal at the core level, and therefore raise your vibration and your energy. And until you can really raise your vibration to a level where you become an aligned energetic match for whatever manifestations you might be trying to call into your life at this time, whatever form of abundance, be it a house, a relationship, money, a job offer, it doesn't matter what it is, any of those things are usually typically of a higher vibration. And until you become an energetic match for it, you're really going to find it probably difficult to call that into your life until you can do that inner healing work and raise that vibration for yourself and get in a place of alignment in your life. So all of these tools, I hope, can help you in that way. And if you have any questions on my journey and anything that I've gone through that you think might help you in some way, or whatever you're going through, feel free to post the comments below in this video, and I'll try to help you and give you whatever guidance that I possibly can. And like I said, join that free Facebook community where you can work more closely with me in the community as well, where I can provide some support and guidance there as well. I hope that this video today and sharing my more vulnerable journey and my experience throughout my life until this point has helped you in some way. And if you want to connect with me, you can sign up for that newsletter and join the community, or check out any of my offers with the links below. And I wanted to let you know that no matter where you are in your life at this point, there is always something positive to look forward to. Whatever challenge right around the corner is always something much better to look forward to. And every challenge is going to give you some kind of growth that's just going to take you to a higher level in this life. So you have me as support, and I hope that this video helped you in some way. This is your weekly reminder to do something today that brings you joy. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.